Hey guys, what's up? Mike McDonald here, just coming out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. In today's video, I just want to talk about the idea of how to deal with uncoachable reps. So a lot of times in your business, you might have people that join that are excited. They say they want to win. They say they want to make a ton of money. They say they want to go to the top, but they just aren't coachable. They aren't teachable. They don't follow the system. What do you do with those people? So a couple different concepts that you want to focus on. One, you want to, prevent this to begin with. So when you're first meeting with someone, you're first getting them started, one of the first questions I like to ask people is, once they've gotten in is, cool, are you teachable and are you coachable? And a lot of times they'll be like, yeah. And then you just want to reaffirm that and say something effective, are you sure? Do you understand what that means? What does that mean to you? They might say something, I might say like, yeah, cool, it does. What I follow up with then is, cool. What that means is, are you willing to do what I tell you to get the results that you're looking for? So, do you want to make a lot of money or a little bit? Cool. Are you teachable and coachable? Yeah. Are you sure? Cool. So are you willing to do what I tell you to do to get the results that you're looking for? And if they say yes again, you can say, cool, well, your main job is to be a pleasure for me to work with. So I'm going to help you the best that I can, help guide you in the right direction. But if you're not teachable and coachable, I can't help you get the results that you're looking for. So that's the first step. So try and get that out of the way to begin with when you have your new reps getting started. And then what I like to do at that point is, great. Well, since you say you're teachable and coachable, let's get you registered for the next training event with our company. So boom, you lead them to that. Because one thing, your company is most likely going to have a system that's already working for people. It's already getting people results, and you want to guide them to that event, to that training. Maybe it's a super Saturday. Maybe it's one your team is putting on that you already have this, proven system that is working. Maybe it's a company event that you can plug them into, because sometimes, profit isn't welcome in their own hometown. So you might tell them the right stuff to do and they're going to be uncoachable. They don't want to listen. But if you can plug them into the big company events or the super Saturday trainings where they can learn from someone that's not you, not their personal sponsor, they might have a better result in getting success. So that's one way. So again, try and prevent it to begin with by leading them to an event. Another way you can do it, let's say someone's already in, they're already uncoachable, they're not listening to your coaching, your direction, your guidance. Well, a couple ways to look at it. One, they might be uncoachable. Are they getting results? That's the first question you want to ask yourself. So they might not be following your system, but they're duplicating, they're getting results, they're building your business. They're just not doing it the way that you and your team is doing it. Well, you don't want to interfere on their results. You don't want to, try and supersede them and reach in and be like, hey, let me tell you how it's done. This is the way it has to be done. If they're building a solid business, they're doing it ethically, and it's working, you don't want to mess with that. Just leave it be. Let it go. Let them run their own business. Let them run their own team. Most people don't get into network marketing because they want a second boss. They don't start their own home business because they want someone else telling them how to do it. They don't want a second job. They want freedom. They want control. And so you don't want to interfere and become that second boss type person. So again, ask yourself, are they getting results? Are they doing it ethically? And if it's working, I would just let it be. If they're uncoachable, whatever, they're getting results, let it happen, because they're not doing anything wrong. But if they're not getting results, a couple different ways you can do that. One, I like to really troubleshoot with people that are in my group or in my team. So, for example, you might sit down and you have a conversation with, and they might be like, oh, I'm showing all these people, nobody's getting started. Instead of focusing on just being like motivating them, cool, we got to show more people, let's make it happen. I like to ask questions and be like, okay, cool. How are you inviting them? How are you doing this? How are you closing? How are you presenting to them? Like, your job is to try and troubleshoot and find where the breakdown is. So they may actually want to be coachable. They just don't know what they're doing. So they're just randomly trying to figure it out and not getting the results. So you think that they're maybe not coachable, but they just haven't had anyone to turn to, or no one really invested the time to ask them questions, the probing questions to find out what they're struggling with. So I for sure suggest doing that. But when you do that, if you for a fact know that they're being uncoachable and you're asking them, you can kind of call them out a little bit and being like, cool, well, how's that going for you? What results are you getting? So, hey, I know you've been doing it this way. How's that working out for you? And they might be like, I've shown people, but nobody's really getting started. Okay, cool. Well, just for crazy idea. I'm going to throw it out there. If you don't like it, throw it right back, whatever. But, let's try doing it this way. I know in my experience when I was new, I tried all these different things. Things weren't working, but when I plugged into the system that, these top leaders were following, that's when I started to get the results. So, why don't we just give it a shot? If it still doesn't work, whatever, we can go back to the drawing board. But why don't we just give it a chance, try doing it this way, and let's see what happens. And again, if they're like, no, I'm not going to do it, that's probably not someone you want to work with. So it's unfortunate. You can't save everyone. I know a lot of you want to. I know I want to, but you just can't do it. So if somebody's refusing to be coachable, they're refusing to be teachable, you've called them out a little bit, be like, hey, why don't we try it this way? Let's see what happens. If they still refuse to do it and they're not getting results and they don't want to come around, just let them go. So don't worry about it. Focus on the people that are teachable and coachable. And again, you can go out there and create a lot more momentum. Start a new team, work with other people in your team that are teachable and coachable. You help lead them to success. That person that's uncoachable and unteachable is going to see that other person going out and crushing it, getting results. They might start to come around and be like, okay, cool. Well, if Bobby's getting results, he's following, Mike's system, maybe I should follow that system too because it's getting results for them. They might eventually come around. So if you go out and create massive success with a system that works, that person is being uncoachable and unteachable towards, they're going to start to come around because they're going to see results that you're getting better results than they are. The people that are buying into your system that is working are getting better results than they are. That's one way that they might come around as well. But again, if they never do, you just move on to the next. Don't waste your time. It's a lot harder to resurrect the dead than give birth. So just start a new team, start more people, stop focusing on the people that are already dead and think they know it all, and move on to the people that are coachable and teachable. So again, to kind of recap, you want to start off to implement them being coachable and teachable to begin with and calling them out and saying, hey, are you coachable and teachable? I don't want to work with you if you're not. So start with that foundation. Lead people to the company events, because if it's into the Profits Not Welcome in their own hometown, if you get into the big events learning from someone else, they can follow the system and they'll learn from other people, not necessarily you that they don't want to listen to because you're kind of the close contact, their sponsor. Plug them into that. Again, troubleshoot what they are doing, call them out a little bit to see if maybe they are just looking for help, but they're doing the wrong thing because they don't know any better. And then if they are still unteachable and uncoachable, don't worry about it. Move on. Work with people that are, and then help them explode their business. And those people might come around seeing the other people getting results following your system. So again, hopefully you guys got value out of this video. If you did, feel free to tap the screen, throw out some hearts if you got value. It makes me want to keep doing these. And then if you are in network marketing and you want to take your business further, be sure to head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com/form and learn the ins and outs of recruiting. I have a training over there where I go through effective ways to prospect, how to find out if people might be open to checking out your opportunity, learning about them so you can find out the benefits that your company can provide them, as well as a simple way to transition from that conversation into leading them to see your opportunity or seeing your product and service. So again, to get access to that, head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com/form. I'll toss the link up here in a sec as well. But again, really appreciate everybody's time. We'll talk to you soon.